Hello, guys, and welcome back to Sarcastic Remarks. My name is Ryan Chambers, and this is the official Dallas Stars podcast of THPN. Go and use that promo code THPN the next time you go and use their services. And also Raycon. We thank them for being the sponsor of us as well. The Dallas Stars very narrowly get the victory in the third period today. They defeat the Winnipeg Jets, Kyle Connor and Connor Hellebuyck, with a final score of 3-2 today. Today, it is literally just me. I have been gone for a very long time. This past week, where I work, my band, we went to a state competition and got 10th place out of, I think there was about 23 bands there this week, so that was really exciting. And I've also been just fighting a little bit of a cold going back probably a couple of weeks now. So if I sound a little weird, that's why it sounds I kind of sound that way. But I do appreciate you guys being with me here on a 5 o'clock afternoon AGR. So we're just going to get straight into this today, and there's a couple of initial thoughts that I've got here. But the first things first is the Dallas Stars today. I don't really know if they started slow is the wrong thing, but the biggest thing for me is they didn't get outscored in the first period. That's been the thing that the Stars have been dealing with a lot this season for some reason. I think their goal differential in the first period is a -7, which makes them the third or fourth worst team in the NHL when it comes to goal differential. So, and then in complete contrast, the Dallas Stars are absolutely amazing in the second period, considering they have, I think now they're up to a 19-7 goal differential when it comes to the second period. So just it's a tale of two teams when it comes to both of these periods for the Dallas Stars. And then just to kind of wrap up the third period kind of it looked like the Stars were in control, and there was just one random shot that happened to get behind Wedgwood, and he was screened, and Dylan made him pay for it. And then after that, the Jets had a little bit of life after that, a little bit of pushback, and they pretty much controlled from that goal until the end of the third period. But the Dallas Stars do take care of business, and they do end up winning the game 3-2 tonight. So just a couple of thoughts. I'm literally going to be jumping around, and if y'all have anything you want me to talk about, let me know in the comment section down below, and we will get to that. So I'm actually already seeing some really good things over here. So Ardell mentioning Wedgwood was excellent in period 1. He was also really good in period 3. He wasn't really needed to be very good in period 2, but he put in an absolute excellent performance for the Dallas Stars tonight. And considering that they're going to be playing literally 24 hours from now in Minnesota, that it's excellent that he's able to do that for them. And he was one of my biggest stars for today, and none other than that 2-on-1 there at the end of in the third period, where it looked like that was going to be a for sure goal, and he was able to take care of business and keep the Stars up and ahead. So, okay. Another guy I kind of want to talk about is Wyatt Johnston. Wyatt Johnston is very quickly becoming one of the guys that is kind of being looked at as an underrated player in this league right now. He is going to be a superstar, and he doesn't understand the word sophomore slump. He is completely 100% dominant on his line. He's making people around him look good. And I would love to see him actually a little bit with Duchesne a little more, but I know that's only going to happen if we really start seeing some of these top 3 line combos really being successful offensively. But it's been fine the way it's been, so leave it the way it is. And just Johnston looks like an elite goal scorer in this league. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets 30 in this year, and if he gets up to 80 points, which is actually more than I think I predicted when we did our season preview. I think I said I would be excited for him to hit like 60 or 70. I mean, the way he's playing right now, there's nothing called a sophomore slump for Wyatt Johnston. So kind of moving on from that, I kind of want to talk about the other side of the goaltending battle tonight in Connor Hellebuck. So there is a lot of talk this offseason with both him and with Connor Scheifele, Mark Scheifele, and whether they would be staying with the Winnipeg Jets past this season. And just before the regular season started, both of those guys end up signing long-term 7-year deals to stay with the club. And this has been one of the few times this year, or this during his career, I guess I should say, that Connor Hellebuck has not looked all that great. He was really struggling today, and in particular, he was really struggling with just finding the puck and then making the puck stick to him. His rebound control was not very good today, and it led to a couple of goals for the Stars that otherwise he normally would have. So that's another thing that I noticed. This is something that's been kind of getting onto my nerves a little bit, and it's been kind of been talked about in social media a little bit, is the play of Jason Robertson. So Jason Robertson right now, yes, he's not really scoring goals. I don't even know his points, to be honest with you, but he has scored points in 8 of his last 11 games. And I know, again, most of those are assists, but that's something that he's been doing really well. And again, it's something that we saw last season. When he's not being productive and scoring goals, he's been okay. He's been able to produce offensively, and mostly when it comes with assists. And he would, even though he would go kind of long stretches without scoring any goals, he'd have assists to still make sure that he's being a contributing factor to the Stars offense. And he's continued to do that. So that's something that I've noticed online, is just there's been a lot of robo slander, and I'm like, dude, chill. Like, the team's doing really good. They're 9-3-1 at this point, and Robertson is most definitely a part of that. So I really want to get into shorthanded. Yes. Okay. Excuse me. I'm also still dealing with a cold, so if I cough, I apologize. Ardell over here saying Dallas is dangerous shorthanded almost every single game. Yes. And again, it showed with Wyatt Johnston's shorthanded goal tonight. Great play by him up at the blue line. He's able to steal it from the Winnipeg defender, and he looks one time at Jamie Benn, and he goes short side on Connor Hellebuck. So he's been really, really, really good, and I've loved the shorthanded play by the Dallas Stars. So that's on the offensive side of shorthanded, but the Stars have continued to be one of the better teams when it comes to just, penalty kill in general. I think they're one of 4 or 5 teams that are still above 90% when it comes to penalty kill percentage. So even though we've had a lot of turnover when it comes to those particular players, when Dellandrea doesn't really play as much as he used to. He's been scratched a couple of times this year. Kiviranta left, and he's playing with the Colorado Eagles in the AHL. Luke Glendening, I forget where he went. I think he went with Tampa Bay. Even though we've had a lot of guys kind of disappear and have left this team to go to other places, the Stars PK has still been excellent. And I think that has a lot to do with Alain Nazardine, the assistant coach for the Dallas Stars, who is in charge of the PK work. So really great job by him. And we're seeing all sorts of players get on the penalty kill, including Wyatt Johnston, which if you remember at the beginning of last season, they sheltered him. They did not let him play much penalty kill until towards the end of the season. And then now it looks like he's playing a regular shift on the penalty kills. So really, really cool to see. Love to see it. And I hope the penalty kill continues to be as elite as it's been. So another player I really kind of want to talk about in particular is Matt Duchene. I would not be surprised if Matt Duchene is being talked about as the Stars' best forward right now, because when you look at not just his offensive ability, which, yes, he does have 9 points in 8 games here, but just it's also just the way that he plays with the puck is so much fun. I forgot where I wrote it down. It was somewhere in the second period. It was literally after the Johnston goal. I wrote down that Duchene is just so much fun to watch, and he just keeps the puck in at the blue line again with some skill plays. And he also made a couple of plays today where I particularly remember, I believe it was in the first period, there were 3 Dallas Stars up against the left-hand side of the board, the left wing side. And it kind of looked like the best play to do would be just to kind of just dump it in and continue on with the play, go get a change, and continue the cycle going. But he made a really elite play and a great pass to one of his partners, which I believe it was Mason Marchman at that point. So seriously, the guy can't get any much better. And the one game that he was out for, it was noticeable. So right now, Duchene is 100% the Dallas Stars' best forward, especially with the top line not producing like they kind of like we want them to. But it's okay because we've been able to rely upon guys like Johnston and guys like Duchene to kind of step up and be able to take that mantle away from those guys when they're not quote unquote on their best, when they're not scoring 3 points a game. So Duchene with a goal today, and I believe he had an assist as well. I need to double check that, but no, he just has the goal tonight. But still, he had the 3-point game on Thursday, and then today he's got the goal. So 4 points in 2 games for Matt Duchene, and he's been excellent to start the season. And did we mention that he's only making $3 million? That's the best part of all of this. Just absolutely ridiculous what we're getting from Matt Duchene. On the opposite side, defensively, he's been able to be effective defensively as well for the Dallas Stars. There was a particular, I think it was a 3-on-2 or a 5-on-2, where Duchene came back and he completely stopped the play and he was able to stop the rush chance. So again, just Matt Duchene doing Matt Duchene things, and he's been excellent. So another player I kind of want to talk about when it comes to just individual play is tonight was Miro Heiskanen. He looked a little off. He didn't look bad. He just looked a little off tonight, and I'm not sure what the deal was tonight. He still does play almost 28 minutes tonight, but he does have a -2. And there were a couple of plays tonight where he did get caught down in the offensive zone trying to make plays, and there were rush chances going the opposite way for the Winnipeg Jets. Now, on the flip side of that, the whole team in general, the one thing, if I had to find something negative about this game, which there wasn't a lot of negative things to talk about with this game, is just the amount of rush chances that the Dallas Stars kind of led up tonight. It was a little ridiculous. I don't know if it was just because the defense was kind of, I guess, kind of pinching at the blue line a little bit more, or if they were getting down into the zone a little bit more, are they taking more chances? And that's what Pete DeBoer wants. I'm not sure, but the amount of rush chances I wish kind of could have been a little bit less tonight, because the Dallas Stars did not have very many tonight, to be honest with you. Especially in the first and the third period, it was really, really rough. At one point in the third period, there was a 5-on-2, basically. I mean, it was more of like a 4-on-2, but it was close to a 5-on-2 because Harley, or I think it was Miro, got stuck down in the offensive zone, and 2 of our players kind of collided together, and it allowed Winnipeg to take advantage of that. Winnipeg also had a 3-on-2 in the third period. There was a really, really big shorthanded chance for the Winnipeg Jets, 2-on-1 during a Dallas Stars power play, which Wedgwood denied. And so that's just something that I would like to see kind of cleaned up moving forward. Is I would really like to see the Dallas Stars limiting the amount of rush chances going off. Now, going through the second, I want to go back to the second period here real quick, because one of the things the Stars did really well is they actually did not trail at all in this game, period. So they got the first goal and they never trailed after that first goal. It did get interesting at points. It's okay, because Perfetti scored on a rebound, and then we already talked about the Brendan and Dylan shot from the point. But I mean, there was never a point in the game that I thought, oh, I'm really scared that the Stars are going to lose the game. They were playing pretty solid defensive hockey as a team, and that's something that has sometimes been an issue for the Dallas Stars this season, is just being a little bit more consistent when it comes to the defensive side of the game. So, um, I'm not thinking of anything else. I'm gonna do my biggest winner and biggest loser here, and then y'all let me know if there's anything else that you can think of, and that I have not talked about, and we will get to that as we go. But my biggest loser tonight, I got to give it to Connor Hellebuck because he did not look on at all tonight. It's his first season that he started where he's below 907. That's something that was mentioned during the broadcast by Razor, and his save percentage does not get much better tonight. He has an 897. He had 29 shots against, so he only made 26 saves, and he's just not been fantastic this year for the Winnipeg Jets, despite getting that 7-year contract. For me, for my biggest winner tonight, guys, I gotta give it to Wyatt Johnston. The guy's been excellent, and he has shown that he's going to continue his offensive acumen. Again, he's probably going to get to 30 goals. And when the Stars are having issues kind of getting some offense going, for some reason, he's been there. Wyatt Johnston has been there for the Dallas Stars. So I'm going to give my biggest winner to Wyatt Johnston tonight. Although, Ryan, I will give you that. Although Wedgie gets the honorable mention, yes, he played an excellent game. And, one more thing that the Stars did do well. The Stars did do a very good job tonight in limiting the amount of shots that the Jets got against Wedgwood. Because typically Wedgwood has been facing a lot of shots, and that's just something he's been as he's been a Dallas Stars goaltender. I think it was like 37.3. That's his average for this year, which is more than any other goaltender in the league. He's facing more rubber than any other goalie in the league when he starts. So that does not happen tonight. I forget the amount of shots the Winnipeg Jets had tonight, but okay, so he still makes 31 saves, but that's still much less than what he had to do against Edmonton that other night where he saved like 50. It was ridiculous, or 49 or whatever. So good on the Dallas Stars. Good on the Dallas Stars. And then one other thing that I kind of want to talk about that really sucks for one particular player, and it's just because the Stars are so loaded up forward wise. And I saw this from, I believe it was Dave Castillo. It really sucks for Ty Dellandrea right now. He's just the 13th forward just because there's so many good forwards on the Dallas Stars right now. And that line of Steele, Foxa, and Smith looks really good, and they played really well tonight. And it's nothing against Ty Dellandrea whatsoever. It really isn't. He has not played bad this season. In fact, he's actually played quite well when he's gotten into the lineup, especially when it comes to the penalty kill and when it comes to the defensive side of the game. But it just really sucks for him that he's not able to kind of get into the game, just despite the fact because there's 12 other guys that Pete DeBoer feels like are playing better than him. So I believe that is it. That's all I can think of. So I apologize for missing so much. Hopefully moving forward, I will not be missing more episodes. But once again, the Dallas Stars do get the win here tonight by a final score of 3-2 over the Winnipeg Jets. This is the first game of 4 straight against the Central Division, and the Dallas Stars will be heading home now, and they will be they will face Winnipeg. Oh my goodness. Minnesota first. Can you tell I'm sick and not feeling good? And then they will head home after facing Minnesota in St. Paul. So we'll look forward to that here coming up next week, and I will be with you very shortly coming up here soon. Thanks again to Raycon and DraftKings for being our sponsor. Go and use that promo code THP in the next time you are using their services. And once again, my name is Ryan. This has been Starcastic Remarks. We will catch you guys on the flip side. And we hope you guys have a good, fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you guys are listening. And since Chris is not here, I'll do it for him. We'll see you guys later, and GG boys.